All right, Reggie, let's go to your new job. Where I seen you most of the time was doing a live Facebook before the game. And I said, well, now I know where he's at. I'm going to find him. You're on the sideline.
Yeah, so sideline reporter, I work with Rodney and Don Munson, so it's been an incredible journey, really. So I started about 2 years ago. This will be my third season with the Clemson Tigers. I was able to be a part of the national championship run last year. I was able to go to California to watch them just demolish, the SEC saviors. So, and just been an incredible experience. And again, I work with some really good guys. Don Munson's just one of those special characters. And then Rodney Williams, it's Rodney. So if you know Rodney, it's like, man, this guy's, he's crazy, he's fun, former player, but just a special person in general. And I've met some really cool people along the way and got to do some really cool things along the way too. So the part of me going, Facebook Live, the people that don't get to make it to the games or don't get to go to see the pregame, what the guys do, just a chance to kind of walk around, talk shop, and just kind of be in the moment. So.
Yeah. So you travel to all the games. Do you travel with the team, or do you?
So most times I do travel with the team, but I do kind of do my own thing sometimes. So getting back at old dark 30 and trying to drive 2.5 hours is not the best thing. So, but traveling with the team is actually really cool, man. Those guys have a lot of perks.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of perks.
Well, I'm sure. I always wondered if the announcers. I know Don travels with
Oh yeah.
a lot.
Oh yeah.
But hey, you know what's coming up? Syracuse.
Oh yeah.
You remember Syracuse?
I tell you what, Syracuse is a good time.
And they're waiting on us again.
Oh yeah. But I tell you what, it's just it's not often you get a rivalry like that with such a small school.
Yeah.
Syracuse has had our number a couple times, and they've played some really good games with us. But at the same time, too, the coaches, Dabo and I'm going blank right now. Drawing a blank. Dino. They have such a camaraderie together. If you see them before the game, they're chopping it up, they're shaking hands. They've learned a lot from each other, I guess, in the short stint that they've been playing against each other. But it's those type of relationships that make football special. You talk about the camaraderie. You talk about coaches being able to be friends, but also be competitive at the same time. It means a lot to both of the coaches, again, to be able to compete either on the national stage like Clemson did, and then Syracuse being a small school like it is, playing against a powerhouse like Clemson. So that goes a long way.
Yeah, you were there the last time we went there.
Yeah.
And they won. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was rough. I would say it was a good trip other than that, but it was almost like just the dominoes fell in just the direct way, just the right way. And I'll tell you a funny story. So before the game, I was at a restaurant just talking to some people, and they were like, "Hey, are you going to the game?" I said, "Well, yes, I'm going to the game. I do sideline radio for the team." She was like, she asked me something about tickets, and the next thing you know, she gets a text message, and it says tickets for the Clemson game just dropped to $20. And I was like, man, they're gonna pack this place out. $20 for tickets.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, the Carrier Dome was packed out when we got in there. And of course, they sell beer there and all that. So, but it was just kind of one of those things where the dominoes just kind of fell in the right place, and Clemson just came up short.
Well, see, and you remember that was on a Friday.
On a Friday.
And I would never forget. The guy that was going to share half the expenses with me.
Yeah.
Got the flu, so he didn't go. So I ended up with Bart and Scott.
Yeah.
and we ran into you and Ben.
Yeah.
You and Ben were hanging out. But when we got there that night, you never felt like it was going to happen. You woke up that morning and Jerry Springer's on instead of game day. And it never felt like we were supposed to be playing football that day.
And it's really crazy too, because the same thing that you think about Boston College is like, okay, this is a huge city. They've got the Patriots, they've got Boston Red Sox. And what do they care about football? And so same thing in Syracuse. You go up there and everybody's like, oh, what are you guys doing in town? Y'all go playing field hockey today, or y'all got soccer match? It's like, no, this is football, man. This is football. So it's just one of the crazy things about it. But man, it's a good time. If you know you're thinking about making a trip this year, definitely go. And it's just one of the things to knock off the bucket list. You went to the Carrier Dome and you watched Clemson play. So definitely a better rivalry than the first couple of years that we played them with the 60s and 70s wins. But you know, like I said, the coaches have a lot of respect for each other, and you know, it's tough to go up there in that atmosphere and to win. So
well, and this year will be a lot better because they say it's game day.
Yeah.
And it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot more crazy.
Should be a lot more crazier, yeah. But I'm looking forward to it, man. It's always a good trip, some good food, some good places to visit. And like I said, it's a couple things you can knock off your bucket list. It'll be good.